Hello po. Good morning po, Ma'am Mika Dimakulaan, and to my classmates, Miss Ododor and Miss Roswell. So today po, I will be sharing with you my knowledge about Introduction to Semantics. So, as you can see here, we have here the level of linguistics starting from the phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. And the topic that I will be discussing with you or sharing with you is all about semantics, which is the literal meaning. So it says here that semantic analysis, there is always an attempt to focus on what the words conventionally mean. So meaning to say, it is very important for a person to have their basic recognition starting from kid. So, dapat alam na nila yung idea ng chair, idea ng table, idea ng bathroom, idea ng mga bagay that they see or the surroundings na meron sila. Okay? So, linguistic semantics deals with the conventional meaning conveyed by the use of words, phrases, and sentence of a language. And according to R.F. Palmer, semantics focuses on the meaning of words, phrases, or sentences. So this is all about the meaning. Okay. And now, according to Geoffrey Leach, an English linguist and scholar of corpus linguistics and pragmatics, he developed the 7 types of meaning and semantics, such as the following. So we have here the conceptual meaning, the connotative meaning, social meaning, collocative meaning, reflected meaning, affected meaning, and the thematic meaning. So connotative meaning, from connotative meaning and affective meaning, these are under the associative meaning that we'll be discussing later on. And we have this conceptual meaning and the thematic meaning. Okay, so let's proceed to this one. Okay, so we have here an image of a snake and the word snake. So this idea of just reading a word and you'll be thinking or you'll be imagining what is that word snake. Okay, so if you have a background knowledge about what is snake, so yun na yung meaning nun. Ano po? So we'll be talking now about the conceptual and associative meaning. Conceptual versus associative meaning. So when we say conceptual meaning, it is the literal or core sense of a word. Okay, when you say snake, so it does mean the snake that we know, the type of animal that we know. Okay, if we say or if you see the word table, literally it is the table that we dine with. Okay, what else? So any word, okay, it is the literal sense of the word. That's why kanina nga po sinabi ko na it is important for a child to recognize things around him or her. Kasi nakakatulong to para sa pag-improve ng semantic level of linguistic ng isang tao. Okay, so mahihirapan ng isang tao na ma-define ang isang word without even the knowledge of what is the word. Next is the associative meaning. So this associative meaning defines the idea or connection of what that specific word brings to you. Associative, relation, okay? So, saan mo mapapakahulugan yung word na ito? Ano po? So, example nito is yung word na snake. Okay? Kapag siya ay conceptual meaning, so yun mismong literal na meaning ng snake, which is it is an animal. Okay? Kapag naman nasa idea tayo ng associative, you'll be thinking about the words that has a relation to the snake. Okay, such as kapag nakarinig tayo ng snake, makakapag-isip agad tayo ng danger, ng death, o di kaya naman ay betrayal. So, ganyan ang work ng isang associative associative meaning. Ano po? So, nagbibigay tayo ng mga words that is related somehow to that word. Ano po? So now let's proceed to the idea of semantic features, semantic roles, and lexical relations. Okay? Let us first have this one. These sentences. First one, we have the hamburger ate the boy. The table listens to the radio. The horse is reading the newspaper. And the tree ate the elephant. Okay? If we're going to analyze these sentences, it is literally correct semantically. Okay? Kung titingnan natin yung sa grammar niya, correct po siya. Okay? Pero the odd thing about these sentences is that the context itself. Okay? The hamburger ate the boy. Okay? So how can it be that the hamburger can eat the boy? Or how can it be that table or horse or tree listens, read, and eat? Okay? So here comes the semantic features. Okay? That is why gumamit po tayo ng minus and addition in order to specify the semantic features of every word. Ano po? So we have here the word table, horse, boy, man, girl, and woman. Okay? For the table, it is less animate, less human, less female, and less adult. And that is why table cannot be used as a person in a sentence. Next is we have the word horse. Okay, so we have plus animate, less human, less female, and more adult. Ano? Next is the boy. We have the more animate, more human, less female because it is under the male, and then less adult. So that is how semantic features present. Ano po, by having the minus and plus sign in order to specify whether that object is an animate or human or female or adult. Okay po. Next is the semantic roles. Under semantic roles, we can identify small number of semantic roles such as, or we call it as thematic roles for these noun and phrases. So may tinatawag po tayo ditong agent and theme, instrument and experiencer, location, source, and the goal. Okay? So when we say agent and the theme, it is, for agent, it is the entity that performs the subject. For example, the boy. Okay, it is the noun itself or the doer of the action. Wherein, when we have the theme, the entity that is involved in or affected by the action. Kung ito ay sa ating grammar, it can be the direct object of the verb. Okay? Now, the theme can also be an entity, the ball, that is simply being described or For example, it is not performing an action as in the ball was red. Okay? So, inaano lang, dinedefine lang yung dinidescribe lang yung ball. Ano po? So, pwede daw po yun para sa team. Okay? So, let us have these sentences as well. The boy kicked the ball. The wind blew the ball away. A car ran over the ball. The dog caught the ball. So, as you can see here, all of the agents here are not human. Ano, but it it it's just says that um, these objects or these objects can be the agent even if hindi sila tao. Ano po? So, more on personified personified yung pagkakagamit dito. Ano po? Pagkaka-statement. Ano po? So, in the sentence, the boy feels sad. The experiencer is the boy. It is the only semantic role. Next is in the question, did you hear that noise? The experiencer there is you, and the theme is that noise. Okay. Next is the location, source, and the goal. If in the sentence, I state dyan yung location on the table in the room, and then the source where the entity moves from Chicago, goal where the entity moves to Chicago to New Orleans. So, yan daw po yung idea na semantics. Ano po? Semantics features. Let's have this one. This example, Mary saw a fly on the wall. So the experiencer here, kung sino yung nakakita is si Mary. And then the thing there is the fly, and then the location is the on the wall. Okay, as well as to these sentences na nandito. Ano po? So she is the agent, squashed the bug is the theme, with the book is the instrument that is being used. Next is she for agent handed what? Is for the team, the magazine, back to George as the goal. Okay, so hindi naman po necessarily na kailangan nandun lahat yung semantic roles natin. Ano po? So, hindi naman kailangan lahat ay nandoon. Kagaya po nito. So, only one semantic role lang nandito, which is the agent. Gee, thanks, said George. Ano po? So, the agent is just, the only presented roles in here. Ano po? So, again, the roles for semantics are the agent, the theme, the experiencer, the location, the source, the goal, and the instrument. Okay? Next is next. Okay, hanggang lang pala siya. So, punta naman tayo sa aking kabilang PowerPoint dahil hindi po pala natapos dito sa kanila. Okay po. So, again, I apologize po na hindi po ako nakapag-report ng live. Nakausap kayo. Nandiyan din naman po ako. Nakikinig din po ako. Ano po? So again, ayan po, what is semantics? So we are done with defining semantics. So we are done with defining what is semantics. Again, this is the agent, okay, the doer, and the direct object will be the theme, the receiver of the action. These are the role. Another role of semantics is the instrument. It might be the things that is used by the action or by the person. Next is experiencer. Okay. And the location, if there is any location in your sentence. The source and goal. So these are the semantic roles. Okay. So what is lexical relations naman? So those are the words, not only the containers or its fulfilling roles, they can also have relationships. We describe the meanings of word in terms of their relationship. Diba? We are done na po with the semantic roles and semantic features. This time is the semantic relations naman po tayo. For example, if we are asked the meanings of word conceal, we might reply it the same as hide. Okay? So, the meaning of shallow is the opposite of deep. The meaning of daffodil, as it is a kind of flower, okay? In doing this, we are characterizing the meaning of the word, not in terms of components or features, but in terms of relationship to other words. The types of lexical relations, we have number 1, synonym. Ayan. Simula elementary or preschool, alam na natin itong synonyms. It is, those are the words that has a closely related meanings, which are often but not always intersubstitutable in sentences. So, synonyms. Okay? Next naman po is, aside from synonyms, we have the antonym or the opposite meanings of the word. Okay, those are the example. So that's it. Okay, gradable antonyms such as pair, big, small can be used in comparative construction like bigger than, smaller than. Okay, so that is antonym. How about the non-gradable antonyms such as antonym of complementary pairs, comparative constructions, and negative of one member doesn't imply the other. Example po nito ay the person is not dead does indeed mean that the person is alive. Okay? Reversive naman is it actually means to reverse. For example, tie, anti, enter, exit, pack, unpack, lengthen, shorten, raise, lower, and dress, undress. Okay, reverse lang po. Ayun yung idea ng synonym and antonym. How about the relation, semantic relation of hyponym? Hyponymy. Okay, hyponymy. When the meaning of one form is included in the meaning of another, the relationship is described as hyponymy. For example, is daffodil or is equal to flower, dog is for animal, poodle is for dog, carrot is for vegetable, and banyan for tree. Okay, so parang ito'y categorize, ano po, kung saan siya nakakabilang, ano po. So, next is, bumalik, sorry po. Next is, the homophony, okay? When two or more different written forms have the same pronunciation, they're described as homophones. For example, is bear, meat. Okay, so ayan, mga pinag-aaralan ng mga elementary pa. Next is the homonymy, homonyms. Okay, or words which have quite separate meanings but which have accidentally come to have an exact same form. So, magkatulad sila ng spelling pero magkaiba naman po ng meaning. Next is polysemy. If the word has a multiple meanings, that is called polysemic. Okay, relatedness of the meaning accompanying identical form is technically known as polysemy. For example, the word head is used to refer to the object at the top of our body, or top of the class, of where, or top of the company or department. So, ayan. Metonymy naman po, there is another type of relationship between words based simply on the close connection in everyday experience. That close connection can be based on the container contents relation. Like, for example, bottle for Coke, can for juice. O part relation naman kapag car for wheels, house, roof for house, crown for a king. Okay, metonymy. Collocation naman, frequently occurring together, is known as collocation. Words tend to pair with other words. For example, if you ask 1,000 people what they think when you say the word hammer, more than half will say nail. If you say table, they will mostly say chair. And for the butter, bread, for needle, for thread, for salt, we have pepper. Okay? Collocations po yung tawag. Pair by pair. Okay? So, ayan. So, mostly po dito sa semantic rules ay para siyang figurative, kabilang sa figurative speech, we have the metonymy, and yun lang pala. Yun lang po pala. Ayun. So, dyan lang po ang aking report. Thank you very much po.